Hi there and welcome. It's Jackie here from stampingjack.com. It is Wednesday the 23rd of March and it's 8 p.m, which means it's time for Facebook Live. So whilst we get going, I'm just going to do my usual and check that I'm live in the right place. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes, let everybody come on. When you arrive, just leave me a comment below and say hi so I know you're here. Let's just see. There we go. Hi Doreen, welcome. Thank you for sharing. Yes, when you arrive, or if you're watching this on the replay, do please share this video. Really appreciate that. And I'm actually going to do that right now to share it into our VIP group. I have to admit, I won't say I forgot, but I lost track of time a little bit because today, as Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, we were able to see the PDF version of the new catalogue for the first time. So this is the new catalogue that starts in June 2022. Hi Lynn, welcome. So I've just been flicking through the PDF and I'm really pleased to see that lots of our favourites, my favourites, are staying. Woohoo! And there's some really cool new stuff coming. I've literally had a quick flick. What I'm really pleased about is that I am not at work for the next 2 days because I've got to go to the UK. So I'm going to spend the time just enjoying my new catalogue. So it won't be ready for sending until beginning of April. So as soon as I can order my catalogues at the beginning of April, I will. I'll get them out to you. And then, of course, we've got to start planning our launch party like we always do. So that's something to look forward to. But obviously, as always, with a new catalogue, some stuff stays. As I say, I'm really pleased. Some of my favourites are sticking around and other stuff goes. So again, today, Stampin' Up! Released the list of last chance items, they're called. So they're the things that are going away. Now, I haven't had an opportunity yet to review all of that. But there's still plenty of time because the last chance runs from now until the end of April, I think it is. Yes, the end of April. So I will do a video for you. I'll take you through it next week in terms of everything that's staying and everything that's going. So, you know, as usual, some of the things will be discounted. So, as I said, I haven't actually reviewed the list yet. Got distracted by the lovely new things in the new catalogue, but I will do that for you. If you can't wait for my video, then all you need to do is just go to my online shop, click through, and there'll be a whole section there which will show you what's retiring and what's going away. So that sale is happening right now. The other thing that's happening is promotion I told you about last week, which is a series of bundles and our mini boss machine are all on offer for till the end of this month, till the 31st of March. These are all 20% off. So there's a couple of bundles on there which are 20% off. So there's the artistically inked. Now in the catalogue, this isn't a bundle, but as part of the promotion, you can purchase it as a bundle with a 20% discount. I'm working on an online class for this, so get your hands on that. Then you will get the class. You'll be able to claim the class for free. There's Beauty of Friendship is one of our bundles. Quiet Meadow is another one. And another one of my favourites, Art Gallery. Now, I was going to play with this tonight, but I've lost some of my dies. So there's normally a die that cuts out this and cuts out this, and I have no idea where they're gone. So I bet that's happened to you guys before, so I'm going to have to try and rifle through everything and try and find them. But one of the bundles that will be is 20% off is the All Squared Away bundle. So I've had a couple of ideas in my mind over the last few weeks of things that I wanted to do, and I've been wanting to play around with doing some like really clean and simple, almost monochrome kind of cards, and I thought that this bundle actually lends itself really quite well to it, so I'm going to be playing with that tonight. I don't know why I've put that there, because I'm not going to look at it tonight. So let's get going, shall we? Just make sure I can see all the comments. Make sure they're coming through. And of course, the other thing is that with a new catalogue, we've got some new in colours. So, let me show you. So these are our 2020-2022 in colours. So that's Cinnamon Cider, Bumblebee, Magenta Madness, Misty Moonlight and Just Jade. They will all be going away when the new catalogue comes out, and they will be replaced by some new colours. Now I've seen what they are, and there's some, they're not old favourites, but some of them are quite close to some of our old favourite colours. I can't really tell you too much just yet, but I'll give you one teeny tiny clue, is that my favourite green, or something very close to my favourite green, is coming soon. So I wonder if any of you can guess what my favourite green of all time might be. So yeah, put these back. So as I say, this is always an interesting and exciting time for us as demonstrators, because we get to see all the new stuff and then work out what we're going to get, and how we're going to play with it all, and all of that fun stuff. So let me just, I think my comments seem to have frozen, but no, I think that's all right. So let's start with the All Squared Away. So we've got this stamp set, which has got these 4 solid stamps with sort of background patterns, and then we've got some nice sentiments, and then we've got these gorgeous dies. Now when I did the catalogue launch party, whenever I did it, I did do a card using this set, so I've got some other ideas for it today. So let's get going. So I'm going to start off with Mint Macaron Evergreen. No, it's older than that. We haven't got it anymore. It went away a few years ago. And I was very, very, very sad when that happened. Right, so I'm going to start. First card I'm going to do is going to be a square card. So what I've done is I've just die cut a load of these pieces. Okay. And then I've also die cut some black squares. So these are 4.5 centimeter square, and they just go on the back like that. Okay, very, very easy. So I cut a load of those. And the reason I've done a square card today is that I'm going to do this very, very simply. I'm going to take one of each of the dies. I'm going to arrange them. Okay, so I think this square layout really lends itself to using all 4 dies. Okay, so what I've done is this is 14.5 centimeters by 14.5, so it's 14 centimeters that way by 28 centimeters that way, and then I've just cut a piece, another square piece that's 13 centimeters square, so it's just a layer down. So I'm going to start by, I'm going to grab my glue. Any more guesses on my favourite green? Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take these black squares. Now you could cut these squares from patterned paper, from different colours. You could use vellum, all sorts of stuff. But I'm going for kind of monochromy look at the moment. Okay, so I'm just going to put a tiny little bit around the edge, like so. And liquid glue is the best for this because you can have a bit of wiggle room. So you can see I've cut my squares just a teeny tiny bit smaller. Okay, now I've managed to get glue on me, so let me just fix that, otherwise I'll be struggling with it for the rest of tonight. Sticky fingers. Now the stamps, these are designed to layer behind these, and I'll make a card with that using that in a minute. But this is just a really easy way of getting that background that you want. Okay, so that's 2. Make sure I'm not doing duplicates. Whoops. The other thing that would work really, really well with these, and I think I did it on the card before, which I can't find now, is either cut some foam and then put a die cut, put some cardstock on top, or take 2 or 3 die cuts and just lay them on top of one another, so you get a much more dimensional piece. If I show you what I mean, if you take 2 pieces like that, you just get a thicker embellishment. So if you layered, so let's get a third one. If you layered 3 on there, can you see how you can pop it up? You see that? So that works really well too. So that's number 3. And then, well, nobody's guessing my favourite green. I guess that's a bit of a test of how long you've known me as a demonstrator. Because you would, those of you who've been around longer than others, shall we say, would know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. So now we have our 4 pieces. I'm just going to wipe my hands down because they are sticky again. And then I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I'm going to pop these up. Aha, Lynn, you've got it. Lemon lime twist. See, I knew you'd get it in the end. Yes. Now the new colour that's coming in, it's not exactly the same, but it looks to be not far off. So I'm really, really excited about that. As I say, I can't show them to you yet, but as soon as I can, I will. For those of you who don't know, lemon lime twist was like a really citrusy, lime, yellowy green. It was almost like a fluorescent green. It was fantastic. And it was one of those colours that went with almost everything, and actually when you put it with black, it was just absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. So now, just lay these down now. When I put them down, I'm going to be careful not to actually press them down, because I just want to make sure I've got them in the right position where I want them. So this is why I haven't pressed them down fully yet. Now, if I was being precise and planning ahead, all the things that I never do, I'd have measured all of this out and made marks on my card where I want them to go. But that just requires far too much pre-planning and organisation. So like I normally do, I'm just going to wing it a little bit. Just going to put that way. Okay, so now it's just adjust. Don't worry too much if my dimensionals get left behind a little bit, because I'm only adjusting very, very slightly, so my pieces will just lay back down. The key thing is to just be gentle, twist it rather than pull it. And there we go. Okay, that's that. So now this is going to layer on here. So this is, as I say, this layout absolutely made for square cards. Alrighty, and then I'm actually, because I only want a teeny tiny sentiment, I'm actually going to take sentiment from The Beauty of Friendship. So I'm just going to grab, where are they? I've got these strips which are left over from trimming my card stock. So I just want a skinny piece. Let's have a look. This should do the trick. And I want the hello, which is here. I'm just going to, whoops. Hi Diane, welcome. You're all right? We've just started. I was just telling the others about being distracted by the new catalogue, which has been released on PDF to demonstrators today. And some of the new in colours that are on their way, and one of them is very like Lemon Lime Twist, which I'm very happy about. Okay, I'm just gonna, let me see that, just gonna stamp that like so. Trim. And I think I'm going to pop that in the middle, so I'm going to pop that up. And of course I think this needs a little bit of bling. Now my question is, do I keep it monochrome or do I add a pop of colour? So what do you think, ladies? I was just going to add some straightforward rhinestones, or should I add some colour to these? Let me know what you think while I grab my bits. Let's see, so what have I got? So I've just got my regular rhinestones, which I could use. Let's see what other options we've got. Or we could go for some of our classic matte dots. Diane says red, Lynn says colour. I think I have red rhinestones. The matte decorative dots. Okay, I did have red rhinestones, but I don't know where they are. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some red rhinestones. So I'm going to grab my blend, Stampin' blend. Yep, I'm going to grab my Stampin' blend and I'm going to colour my rhinestones. So this is dark cherry cobbler. So I want... I'll colour a couple of big ones. And a couple of small ones. I'm just going to give those a second. Doreen says colour. Yeah, I think you guys are right. Don't need to stick slavishly to the whole monochrome thing, do we? Okay, we're allowed to change our minds and move on. keep all those there. And I'm going to take your paper tool. Pop one there. And one in here. And then we've got some small ones here. I think we need a couple more small ones. Now, this one doesn't lend itself to rhinestones, so let me have a think about how best to add a bit of colour. I think it might be to do something like this, where we just put it at the bottom. Looks like I lost you for a second there, but I think we're back. Let me know when we're back. Okay, I think that's okay, so I'm going to keep going. You only missed my indecision about my rhinestones anyway. Didn't miss much. Yeah, it's not just you. I got the message. It did actually pause it, but I think we're back now. So just leave me a message if you can see me back. Okay, excellent. We're back. Like I said, you didn't miss a whole lot. You just missed my indecision about my rhinestones. So there we go. That's our first card using O squared away. Nice and monochrome, but we couldn't limit ourselves to just two, so we've added a pop of red to that one. Okay. So for our next card, I'm going to... This one's going to be super, super simple. So I've just got a plain white card base, and then just a layer which is 14 by 10, which is ½ centimetre smaller than the base. And we're going to do some stamping. So I think, just for change, let's do some purple, because I know you guys like a bit of purple. So let's try some fresh freesia, I think. And we're just going to do our stamping. So I'm going to do the wavy one. So, which is this one here. Okay, so all I'm going to do is ink this up. I'm going to just stamp down in the corner here. There you go. So, I mean, just stamping this on your piece of paper would give you a really cool background if I show you. A lot of fun. But we're not going to do that, so I'm just going to flip it over. And stamp it down like so. Okay, and then going to just making sure I'm using the right ones that I want. Yes, because I want two of these. Okay, so I've just got these two pieces here, And like I said before, I'm just going to layer them together. So let's grab my glue. Okay. You can see I'm not bothering to put it around the edge. I'm just going to stick the main pieces together. The edges will take care of themselves. There we go. And then that just layers on top of that. How cool is that? But what I've also done is I've taken, so you'll see you've got the dies here, but you've also got these bits which layer on top of the different dies. Okay, so what I'm going to do, well, I haven't stuck that down yet. So then I've taken, this is our Abstract Beauty paper, and I've just die cut using that paper some of these different shapes. So if I take this one, okay, you can layer that on top. And actually what I am going to do is I'm going to take my, this is Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to layer my green piece on top. Like so. Okay, so now when I put my piece on here, there we go. You can see we've got like leaves around the rest of it. And then I'm also going to take, we've put these little ones go on here, but I'm just going to add a few. I'm not sure I like that. Hang on. We'll stick this down anyway. So like that. You can use any patterned paper that you have. There we go. And I'm not sticking it all the way down because I want a bit of dimension. And then I'm going to bring in my matte decorative dots. Actually no, I'm going to bring in my polished dots. I'm going to add a piece in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this down. Are you still reading me, ladies? I think I am still going. Alright, so I'm just going to layer that over the top. Like so. Okay. And, oh, I'm going to keep this out. Oops. Because, oh, butterfingers. I'm going to take the You Are So Worth Celebrating. No, the best thing about today is you. I'm just trying to see it. And I think this needs a little extra something, and I think what it needs is a bit of spritzing. So I'm going to take my Fresh Freesia blend, and I'm just going to spritz it. So I'm going to take the brush tip and just flick it lightly in the cap. There we go. You only need a very slight bit, and then of course I'm going to spritz some Wink of Stella on there as well. Okay. And then I'm going to pop this up onto our card base. Are you guys seeing me and hearing me okay? Am I still coming through? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. That's better. Don't need to see up my nose. There we go. That's card number 2. Alrighty, so next card, I'm going to do a Slimline card for this one, and I'm going to, and the reason I've done a Slimline is that then we can just do, so you could do, do we want to do the layout portrait or landscape? Oh great, thumbs up, we can see me. Excellent, fantastic. So whilst you're deciding what layout we're going to do, I'm going to cut out a few more of these flowers. Okay, so just bring in my little mini boss. And part of how they've chosen what to include in this this 20% off promotion is dies that actually coordinate and will go through your mini boss. So all of these will do that. So let's just layer these on. As I say, this is just a little scrap of the Abstract Beauty Designer Series paper. So that's this little bit here. This is from the annual catalogue, our little 6x4 Designer Series sheets. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up. So you guys will be very familiar with seeing me use this little mini boss. As I say, I find it very handy for when I'm just to have it on the table for doing these little bits. I still have my Big Shot, which I use for the bigger pieces, obviously. And for some of my bigger embossing folders. We do have embossing folders, skinny embossing folders that go through here as well. But like that, I think I would say a good 70% of our dies are actually little ones like this. So it's really handy to have this on the table. So 20% off is quite a good deal. So let's see, we've got portrait, right, everybody wants portrait. Portrait it is then. Okay, so let me just grab, I want that one, and that one, and that one. Okay, and then I think I really love this black, but I don't want to be boring. Okay. Alright, so what do you ladies think? Do you think we should do the black behind the squares, or do you want me to stamp a colour behind the squares? I'm thinking I might do a colour. I might do grey or something. I'm just going to pop these back in my thingy so I don't lose them. And yeah. Just try and get this in. Okay, and actually I think I've had an idea and I've changed my mind, which I'm allowed to do. So let's get rid of these, because I've already shown you about cutting out our paper and adding them on. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to grab a scrap of white. So I've got some scraps here. Put that to one side. And I'm going to take these squares okay, colour, says Lynn. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so let's see, and I'm going to, let's stick with the purple. Let's stick with purple, but this time let's do fresh freesia and gorgeous grape. There we go. And where's our Highland Heather? Highland Heather. So we'll do 3 colours of purple. Okay, so let's just grab my blocks. So don't really mind which is which. Okay, so that's 1. That's 2. Whoop. Just taking that backing off this one. Good inking on it. Okay. Hi Mary. No, I haven't seen your comments. This is the first one I've seen. Not sure what's going on. I'm sure they'll show up. Alright, so that's those. And then what I'm going to do is not to put my dirty ink blocks down on my nice projects, is now I'm going to do some die cutting. So you could do these, as I say, with other flower dies that you have, or any other shapes that you've got. So let's just do a few. Okay, so let's bring that in my machine. Ah, Mary, I wonder if you're watching it in the group and it's showing up there or something. It's the only thing I can think of. Group, I guess, is a bit of a parallel universe, maybe. Okay, so go, and then I'm going to take my flowers and run them through again here. If I put the base plate in, then it'll probably cut the way I want it to. Gotta get our sandwich right. Go. Those. And I'm also going to do my little flowers on the just trim that. I'm also going to do some flowers on this one. So okay, right. So now I'll show you. I love this because what we've got now is these look like they have been cut from designer series paper. Look at that. Aren't they pretty? Particularly love that one. And I think the spots are a lot of fun as well. So there we go. So now I know what's going to happen here. I know I'm going to lose my dies, because that's just how it goes. Alright, so that's simply just stamping them on Whisper White in different colours and die cutting them out. Diane, is that "oh my god, what are you doing" comment directed at me or at Mary with her Tom Hiddleston comment and Marvel? I think what Mary's doing is much more interesting. We all need to know what's going on. Okay, so while Mary fills us in on what exactly she means, I'm just going to glue some of these to our squares. So Mary, are we going to see you on TV, or are you part of the production? We just have to know. I figured it would be Mary. It's kind of obvious what I'm doing, isn't it, Diane? It's not often I'm making a card and somebody goes, "What are you doing?" Oh dear. My glue come out. Here we go. I love the look of these with this square behind them. The other thing, of course, when you do this is when you cut out these dies, you can use it to just cut out a square window. Do you need someone to carry your bag? I think we have plenty of volunteers for that, Diane, won't we? Don't think there'll be any shortage of takers for that. Right, so now we're just going to create our... And I've cut extras of these little ones because I want to create a whole bunch of them. That's all right, Diane. I don't mind. Okay. And then we've got this one here. And I think need the purple there. And then for this one, we've got a mix of the purple, the pink. I think this needs a bit of purple on it. There we go. Now I have to read this. No, can't see it, but I will catch up on that conversation. That looks very interesting. Yep, okay, right, so let's grab some glue dots and start assembling. And as you can see, you can glue these down fully, but I'm deliberately not gluing them fully down because I want to have a little bit of dimension. Okay, and now okay. First job back since 2021. It's not a bad job, Mary. Nice work if you can get it, as they say. Go, and then I'm going to bring in my rhinestones. Yep. Okay, and then we're just going to pop these up as well, because why not? Maybe we should just tag Tom Hiddleston in our chat. See if he would like to craft along with us. Could you imagine that? If he showed up to a craft event and there he was. Okay, so let's start with our middle one. So as you know, when I do sets of 3, which I do like, I like to kind of center up the one in the middle and then move the other 2 around to make sure I've got equal distance. I can't read all the comments flying through, but I am looking forward to catching up on them when I've finished. Looks like a super chat. Okay, and then we'll bring back in our strip and we'll just do the same teeny tiny hello as before, just to keep it really, really simple. Ooh, that's brown. That's not what I wanted. I wanted my black stays on. Let's clean that off. I don't use my brown very much. There we go. Not sure it would look nice. So let's try that again. There we are. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue the hello down, oops, rather than popping it up. There we go. So that's card number 3. I think I have one more for you. I think. Let me just double check. Oh, have I paused? Oh dear. Okay. So now what I've got here's my pieces, and I'm going to do a little bit more stamping. So I'm going to take my gorgeous grape and I'm going to stamp my this one because I'm going to cut out some more flowers. Okay. So you guys chat amongst yourselves whilst I do a little bit more die cutting. My bits have moved, hang on. See? But you weren't expecting all that chat this evening. You never know what you're going to get when you tune in on a Wednesday. It's all a big surprise. Okay, so then I'm going to do my stamp that and stamp some Highland Heather. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to use this flower. So I want a few of those. Let's do it. See, what have I done already now? What have I got? Okay. And where's my, look at that now. Here it is, my die. There we go. Oh. bring back in our bits and just grabbing a circle, grabbing some scraps here. I just want a white circle. Ooh, yes, that will do. So this is from our Painted Poppies die set. That'll work. So here you go, I keep a thing on my desk with just bits of die cuts of different things. Okay, so I'll grab this and got a layer of fresh freesia. I want a smaller piece than that. There we go. I've got that going on. Okay, and then I've got that's happiest of birthdays. So the sentiment I want is, yeah, happiest of birthdays to you. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that in fresh freesia. I know, Diane, I understand. I'm just background to the main event. That's fine. It's all right. You can replay me back. It's just like a normal class then. Everybody chats whilst we craft. So, all right. So I'm going to pop that there. Okay. And then I'm going to grab one of my blenders and some scrap paper. That's yellow. Don't want yellow. I want kind of a pink or red. Let's try that. Losing concentration. Don't worry about it. Actually, I've changed my mind. I was going to do pink, but I think I'm going to do some soft succulent. So now I need to check my brushes again. So, see, you're distracting me, Mary. I'm not thinking straight. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my soft succulent. Okay, I'm going to do some sponging. So I'm not too concerned about it blending nicely in the middle, because I'm going to lay this piece on top. This is just to create that little bit of contrast. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to take all of these pieces that I've die cut. Do I put that at the back? No. I'm going to take all of these pieces that I've die cut and I'm just going to arrange them on my... Oh, sorry about that. I'm back again. Poor connection. See, you're overloading the chat. My connection just can't handle it all. Okie dokie. Right, so... Okay. There we go. All right, I'm going to have to sit down for this bit. Oh, where are my glue dots? Again, you can use these. You don't have to have use the squares. You can just use these little flowers. And provided the glue dot comes with you, it should work fine. That one didn't, so let's try that again. Not entirely sure what happened with that one. Never mind. There we go. So if you guys are back, just let me know so I know you're there. You hear? Excellent. In fact, just realised that in doing this I'm practically sticking my piece down, so I'm going to pop that up. Still here, good. Go. So these little flowers are great fillers, as you can see. And I think let's pop needs another bit of purple, so pop some purple under here. Now I have to stop in a minute, otherwise it's just going to get a bit too much. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my back again. I think that's my signal, isn't it? That's my system telling me that's enough, Jackie. It's time to stop. But we're nearly done. Okay, so there are our big ones. And then I'm going to use my regular rhinestones. Where's my pack? There they are. Just add a few. There we go. Okay, and then we'll pop that up. No, I'm going to glue that down because I've got an extra layer. It is wood. You're right, Lynn. I think it would make a nice Mother's Day card. With a Mother's Day sentiment, obviously. But I like the kind. Just helps it to stand out a little bit. All right. Okay. Right, so there we go. That is that. So let's just make some room, clear some space, because as usual at the end of a night like tonight, I've got no space left for anything. So let's bring back in our cards. So we had card number 1. Now it's over to you guys. Card number 2. Card number 3. Or card number 4. I'm going to lift up my camera so that you stand some sort of a chance of seeing them all. So this is using the All Squared Away bundle, which is one of the bundles, stamp sets and dies that are 20% off for the rest of March, and that includes the mini cotton emboss machine is also 20% off. So do go and check it out. But let me see what you think. What are your favourites? So as I said, next week I shall have some scoops, I hope, for you regarding the new catalogue. Our retiring list has been posted on the website, so there's some stuff that's going away and stuff that's staying, so do go and check out my online shop to see what's there. Next week I shall do a full roundup of what's staying and what's going, what you should stock up on before it's gone, before the new catalogue comes out in May. So let's have a look. Mary loves the last one. Lynn says 3, 4, 2, 1. Diane says 1, 4, 3, 2. Oh, we've got a real mix tonight, haven't we? They do all look quite different, don't they? I mean, these two look quite similar. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it makes you think about this bundle if you haven't got it already, because I think sometimes, you know, if you look at that, it's kind of like, what would I do with it? But I think you can see you can do quite a lot. It's a lot of fun, and of course the die.